man, I rambled on long enough about nothing. But as always, I will say thank you for joining me. And yeah, we'll catch you all in 2. Hey, welcome to another post-AdeptiCon, long overdue, super exciting, rampaging, totally awesome episode, Throne of Angels video blog. Oh yeah, as always, I'm your host, Mr. Derek Osborne, here to show you a world in miniature. Lots of miniatures, so to speak. So, it's been a while, and I'm sure y'all are, out there, well, those of you who actually follow this small blog, are surely saying, Oz, what the hell, it's been months. Yes, it has been months, and I apologize for that. But, as most of you know, I moved physically, right? The family and everybody, we moved from Kentucky to Georgia, here where I'm at right now. And, well, September of last year, the day job, we moved warehouses. So that took a substantial amount of time. Moving a warehouse is not an easy thing to do. So I was putting in 6 days a week for about 4 months, which means coming home, getting as much as I can done on the honey-do list, trying to get some sleep, while continuing to attempt to work out and stay healthy as gracefully as possible, or I should say as I age as gracefully as possible, and also trying to get things done for Fifth Angel Studios and Mercs and Miniature Building Authority and the other random things that I do. So that means, unfortunately, this gets to suffer because it's not my full-time job. It's something that I do just because I enjoy doing it. And, well, here I am once again. So, what is today all about? Today's all about kind of catching up. So I just give you kind of a brief catch up of what's happening in the personal life. This episode brought to you by the Robe Guy. If you guys don't know the Robe Guy, he is a personality that travels AdeptiCon, hands out cool stuff, and literally wears a robe with purity seals on it. Clint is a fantastic dude, and I always enjoy seeing him at the con. So obviously, I got back from AdeptiCon about a week ago. Had a lot of fun, as always. It is the best show, period, in this industry. There's nothing else that compares to it. So much fun, such wonderful people. It is just an absolute treat to be able to be a part of it every single year. So, with that, this is kind of my little post-AdeptiCon booty, right? Basically what I brought back with me. Typically, I don't bring a whole lot back with me from shows, mainly due to the fact that, well, I've got a small room and the garage is packed. I already have too much stuff, so I try not to acquire too much more stuff unless it's for an army project or something that I'm doing. And well, we know that my army projects, once they get done, sometimes they get sold, sometimes they get given away, sometimes they just get put in storage. And typically, when I try to cover an army project, a lot of times I fail to actually show the finished project here. And I need to get better at that, and I will get better at that, I promise. But anyways, what did I bring back? I brought back a set of AdeptiCon dice. I think this is the first time ever that I've brought back AdeptiCon, the actual AdeptiCon swag that's not a t-shirt or a hoodie. Oh wait, I did get a bottle opener one time, and this is the AdeptiCon logo, and it's huge and it's big. It's cool as hell, but this is the first time I've actually picked up anything AdeptiCon-wise. Normally they sell out by the time I get there, so I just can't get anything. I just happened to be able to snag one, and so yeah, AdeptiCon dice, very cool. I did pick up one of the final copies available at the Mantic booth of the Hellboy role-playing game. Super stoked about that. Death Ray Designs, our partner Austin Thompson, has some cool new stuff. These are basically water slide transfers. They are Graffiti 1, Graffiti 2, and Dystopian Propaganda posters. We'll take a look at those in depth a little later when we apply them to some terrain. The boys over at Trench Works, they make some works. So Dave and Paul, buddies of mine, these guys make some really, really cool stuff. Generally they do historical, vehicles, tanks, and things of that nature. But they've got a run of orcs, space orcs, they call them sporks, and then fantasy orcs, they call them forks. So wait, that's these guys. Forks, F-O-R-X, and then space orcs, sporks, S-P-O-R-X. Couple of boxes of sporks and a box of forks. No, not utensils, orcs. We'll take a look at those in depth a little later on as well. My good friend Jose Palmeras, a gentleman that I've worked with for a decade, absolute stellar human being, has a little company that you may know of called Big Child Creatives. I managed to pick up a box of their last Kickstarter, which was Camelot. This is the complete collection in 32mm. They do 54 and 75mm versions of these figures as well. We will also take a look at these in depth at a later date. Tim and Mally, the boys over at Journeyman Miniatures, we picked up the Howling Pack. These things are amazing. Based off of the artwork by Paul Bonner for the old game Confrontation, absolutely stellar products. We'll take a look at these in depth in a later episode. This episode, as you can tell, is just not going to be in depth on anything other than the fact that I just need to get back into the habit of doing this. So we're going to show, like I said, what I picked up, talk a little bit about what's going on, inside the studio, and then that'll probably be about it. So with that, the final thing that I managed to acquire, and this I didn't get at AdeptiCon, I got this post-AdeptiCon through a meeting that I had with an absolute phenomenal gentleman by the name of Mig Jimenez. Mig, or Ammo by Mig, has a new series of wargaming products. So these are like an all-in-one type collection that gives you literally everything that you need to accomplish certain things, right? So we will definitely take an in-depth look at these sets here in the near future. Super stoked about these. These are absolutely amazing, right? So I peeled open the boxes, I have looked at these things, and I am infinitely impressed. These are an amazing product by an amazing gentleman, and I'm super stoked to dig into these and actually do some project work with this stuff. And so we'll take a look at those, like I said, in depth in a later episode. What's on the painting desk? Man, for the last 2 months, it has literally been mercs, and more mercs. Terrain for terrain tables. Models for the paint and takes, right? I mean, we assembled a ton of models, primed and Zenithal, probably 80 or 90 models, I believe, for the speed painting contest. That was entertaining. We had, just a few dozen people that jumped in on that. Sponsored by the Army Painter. Thank you, Bo, and the rest of the crew out there at TAP for once again helping a brother out. I painted basically 3-man teams for every single faction, not once but twice. Once for the USCR Gauntlet table, which was a 6-foot by 4-foot table, where you basically had to start with a 3-man team on one end and get through the gauntlet of USCR troops to the other end. It was a challenge. A lot of fun and absolutely impossible to pull off. One guy did it though. One guy did it. And then the other set of models was for the introductory demo tournaments that we ran multiple times over the course of the 4 days at AdeptiCon. And that was essentially to give an introduction to the game, or the reset of the game, to new and old players alike. So now that Mercs is kind of done with hogging up 100% of my hobby attention, what are we looking at? Well, quite a few things actually. So my buddy Byron of Artis Opus fame gifted me this bad boy while I was at the show, and I'm going to build an army around him. Not sure what I'm going to do yet, but the giant, well, he is the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and we will be doing some sort of either Nurgle-esque army with like a heavy pumpkin theme, possibly pumpkin knights and stuff of that nature, or maybe a Kings of War army with, again, the same type of theme. Bloodfields. So, Bloodfields is a project that basically jumped onto my table pre-AdeptiCon because we were going to play, me and a bunch of friends, a number of games of Bloodfields at AdeptiCon. I failed miserably. I got everything printed out, but did not, however, get anything put on bases, or did I actually get to play. So we'll probably be looking at Bloodfields here in the near future. Still working on the Warherd, right? I've got the Warherd right behind me. That's this right here. I've got about 1,000 points squared away. Most of it is painted. We will do a review on that also in the near future. Conquest. I got a whole bunch of Conquests in here, and I've been talking about that for a little while. I think I'm at a point where I need to start assembling some models and getting some paint on stuff. I'm also going to attack some of the old projects that I've got lying around. I dug out the old Extreme Juggernaut from Privateer Press. Love that model. I had it sitting in a piece of foam, kind of busted apart, right? It's one of its legs had kind of broken off, and it was in need of a little bit of repair, so I got it repaired. It is actually in the airbrush box. I'm going to get some paint on that, and we'll take a look at that here in the near future. Let me see, what else do I got? Well, right now, I think that's it. Oh, toys. I got toys, right? We got toy line coming up from Fifth Angel Studios. We'll talk more about that in a different video, in a segment for specifically Fifth Angel Studios and the Miniature Building Authority. But toys coming up, that'll be fun. We'll be looking at all sorts of new stuff in regards to that as well, because I'll cover that here as well as over there. Oh, and I am going to start a new channel for that specifically, right? Company based. It will have nothing to do with my personal projects, just stuff specifically for Mercs, Fifth Angel Studios, and the Miniature Building Authority. So what else do I got? What else do I got? I think that's it. So I'm going to close that one really quick. Like I said, I just need to get back into the habit of actually doing this. So covering some stuff that I picked up from phenomenal guys who have phenomenal products, as well as just a quick brief on what is coming. So if there's something specific you want to see in regards to my personal projects, throw it in the comments below, and we will tag those up first. If there's something that you want to see in regards to these products, specifically first and foremost, again, comments below, and I will build out a film order. My expectation is regular content creation for the next, I don't know, 6 to 8 months until the holidays hit, and then, life goes crazy at that point in time. But anyways, I do have my schedule a little bit ironed out. Things are settled. We are completed in regards to the move, and, outside of buying a house here in the next couple of months, I am good. So with that, as always, thank you for joining me. No wrap today because it's just a quick brief. So, as always, I just said that. So with that, I'll just say we'll see you guys in 2. Oh man, post AdeptiCon, long overdue.